faces. Welcome back. The Epstein cover-up has been in operation for years, and I'm about to expose it. This episode is another thread of emails from the newest batch of the Epstein files DATASET 12 that was just released. Now, the FBI is very crafty. They have deliberately released these documents in reverse order to try distract and confuse anyone trying to review them. Now, in order to fully expose these emails, I have to read them from back to front, instead of front to back, which is the normal way in English. So let's now read these emails in the correct order, not the how the FBI wanted us to read them. The email reads as follows. From redacted to redacted CC redacted. Subject media inquiry from Daily Mail. Jeffrey Epstein inquiry. Date Friday the 31st of July 2020 19 hours 12 minutes and 3 seconds. For what it's worth. https://nymag.com/intelligencer/2020/07/jeffrey-epstein-document-release-ghislaine-maxwell.html. Sent from my iPhone. On July 31st, 2020, at 1:16 p.m., Hi redacted, wrote, "We don't have this document. It sounds like it's an unsealed filing from a civil suit, and those filings are voluminous, so we don't know which document that is. We're not tracking the unsealed documents. Thanks, original message." From redacted. Sent, Frida, July 31st, 2020 12:45 p.m. To redacted. CC, redacted. Subject, FW. Media inquiry from Daily Mail. Jeffrey Epstein inquiry. Rather than ask this reporter for a copy of the doc below, would you happen to have it? Maine is asking. Thanks. Original message. From redacted. Sent, Friday, July 31st, 2020 12:43 p.m. To press@jmd.usdo. npoic.fbi.gov. Subject, RE. Media inquiry from Daily Mail. Jeffrey Epstein inquiry. SDNY team. If you don't have copy of this civil litigation filing reporter is referencing, can you ask reporter for copy of DOE? Original message. From no-reply@usdoj.gov. no-reply@usdoj.gov. Sent, Friday, July 31st, 2020 12:21 p.m. To press@jmd.usdoj.gov. Subject, media inquiry from Daily Mail. Jeffrey Epstein inquiry. Date Friday, July 31st, 2020 12:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time. Name, redacted. Email address, redacted. Topic, Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. Media outlet, Daily Mail. Jeffrey Epstein inquiry deadline, ASAP. Inquiry. Hello, I'm a journalist with the Daily Mail, and I'm looking to find out if you have any comment on the claim in newly unsealed court documents that Prince Andrew and Alan Dershowitz put pressure on the DOJ to give me, Jeffrey Epstein, a favorable plea deal in 2007. The documents were unsealed in a civil case, brought ban Epstein victim, against Ghislaine Maxwell, his alleged madam. Please email or call me. Odin, EFTA 00010380, and EFTA 00010381. From USANYS redacted. To USANY redacted. CC, USANYS redacted. Subject, System Report, Autopsy. Date, Friday the 2nd of July 2021, 19 hours 11 minutes and 34 seconds, plus 0000. Attachments, Epstein_autopsy_report_with_redactions.pdf. Here's the redacted autopsy report, included in the release to the Times. Thanks. From USANYS, redacted. Sent, Monday, June 28, 2021, 5:02 p.m. To USANYS, redacted. CC, UUSANYS, redacted. Subject, Epstein FOIA, OCME, Report of Autopsy, USANYS. Please find attached the OCME Report of Autopsy. The boxes show where there will be redactions. Thanks. Assistant United States Attorney, 300 Corapot Street, White Plains, New York, 10601. From USANYS redacted. Sent, Wednesday, June 29, 2021, 12:34 p.m. CC, USANYS redacted. USANY, Molotkova redacted. Subject, RE, Epstein FOIA, OCME Report of Autopsy. USANYS OCME asked whether we could send them a copy of the redacted autopsy report. Could you please send me a copy of it on Friday so I can forward to them? Thank you. From USANYS redacted. Sent. Tuesday, June 29, 2021, 3:45 p.m. To Usaini redacted. CC. Usaini redacted. Subject. RE. Epstein FOIA. OCME. Report of autopsy and is. USANYS redacted. USANYS redacted. I spoke with the GC of OCME, who appreciated the heads up. One note for you all. The photo of the hyoid bone on page 12 is in fact Epstein's hyoid bone. To the extent we're redacting the close-up photos from page 13, shouldn't we also redact the entire photo on page 12? Thanks. Sent. Tuesday, June 29, 2021, 6:46 p.m. To USANYS redacted. USANYS redacted. Subject. RE. Epstein FOIA. OCME report of autopsy. Thanks. Yes, we will ask BOP to redact that photo as well. Odin. EFTA 00010419 and EFTA 00010420. From redacted to redacted. Subject. FW. U.S. vs. Epstein. 19 Crossing 490. RMB. Letter motion for order of nolle prosequi. Date. Monday the 19th of August, 2019 19 hours, 59 minutes and 5 seconds p.m. Attachments. US_V_Epstein. _19_crossing_490. Jetter requesting _null_order with _proposed _order. .pdf. As discussed, docketed version of our letter and proposed order attached. From redacted. Sent. Monday, August 19, 2019 3:57 p.m. To Bermanis D. Chambers at nysd.uscourts.gov. Bermanis D. Chambers at nysd.uscourts.gov. CC. Martin Weinberg redacted. Michael Miller. Subject. RE. U.S. vs. Epstein. 19 Crossing 490. RMB. Letter motion for order of nolle prosequi. To the Chambers of Judge Berman. Attached. Please find a courtesy copy of the government's letter motion, requesting that the court approve the enclosed proposed order of nolle prosequi in connection with the above-captioned case, filed this afternoon. Defense counsel is copied. Thank you, Assistant U.S. Attorney, Southern District of New York. Odin. EFTA 00010421. From redacted to redacted. Subject. RE. Maxwell. Date. Thursday, the 2nd of July, 2020, 14 hours, 47 minutes and 3 seconds, plus 0000. Thank you. From redacted. Sent. Thursday, July 2nd, 2020, 10:45 p.m. To redacted. Subject. FW. Maxwell. Congrats, guys. Great work on such an important case. From redacted. Sent. Thursday, July 2nd, 2020, 10:43 a.m. To redacted. Subject. Maxwell. PCU. Please join me in congratulating on the arrest this morning of Ghislaine Maxwell. Spoke a bit about the case on our call on Tuesday, and the truly remarkable job the team has done in bringing it. I won't repeat all of that, but you should know, as you read press coverage today that already is making it seem like these charges were inevitable, that they were anything but, and that they are instead the result of an extraordinary amount of work and perseverance and creativity in building a case based on conduct that I'm pretty sure is older than all of our paralegals. We'll be holding a press conference at 12, and while it is sadly not possible for all of us to be there to join her given current conditions, I hope we can all take a moment to remotely congratulate the team on a terrific accomplishment in bringing an extremely important case against a woman very worthy of criminal prosecution. Odin. EFTA 00010431. From redacted to redacted. Subject. RE. Ghislaine Maxwell custody. Date. Thursday, the 2nd of July, 2020, 21 hours, 4 minutes and 6 seconds, plus 0000. Thanks very much. From redacted. Sent. Redacted. Subject. Forwarded message Ghislaine Maxwell custody. FYI. Sent from my iPhone. Begin forwarded message. From redacted. Date. July 2nd, 2020, at 3:43 p.m. EDT. To NHD Supervisors, USMS. USMS-NHD-Supervisors at usms.doj.gov. CC. Redacted. Subject. Ghislaine Maxwell custody. To all. Below are the restrictions we have put in place regarding Ms. Maxwell during her stay at Merrimack DOC. I. If you have any questions, please feel free to call or email me. Due to the high-profile status of this case, inmate Maxwell will be closely monitored. The following directives apply and shall not be deviated from, without express permission from myself, or I. Inmate Maxwell will be housed in MI redacted. 2. SRT personnel will be posted in medical and will only be relieved only by SRT personnel. 3. Staff will not converse with the inmate outside of the standard communication required related to the inmate's health and safety. 4. Inmate Maxwell will remain on a 15-minute observation watch. 5. All rounds and touch probe rounds will be conducted and documented in jail. 6. Third shift supervisors will download the touch probe rounds and camera footage from the previous day at 0000 hours each day. The video from the medical cell DVR will be downloaded onto a USB drive and will be tracked via the designated tracking form provided. Supervisors are directed to deliver this documentation and video to Monday, July 6th. 7. Inmate Maxwell will be authorized to communicate with her legal counsel, Lawrence Vogelman. This contact is only authorized after Addie Vogelman provides the appropriate PIN. 8. Any and all requests from inmate Maxwell are to be directed to only. At no time are staff authorized to make statements to the press regarding this matter or our SOP regarding this inmate. Supervisory Deputy United States Marshal, District of New Hampshire, Concord, New Hampshire Office. This email is property of U.S. Marshal Service. It is intended only for the person or entity to which it is addressed and may contain information that is privileged, confidential, or otherwise protected from disclosure. Distribution or copying of this email or the information contained herein by anyone other than the intended recipient is prohibited. If you have received this email in error, please notify me immediately and destroy all electronic and paper copies of this email. Odin, EFTA 00010358 and EFTA 00010359. Case 120 CR 00330 AJN Document 78, filed the 2nd of December 20, page 1 of 2. U.S. Department of Justice, United States Attorney, Southern District of New York, the Silvio J. Mono Building, 1 St. Andrews Plaza, New York, 10007, December 1, 2020. By ECF, the Honorable Allison J. Nathan, United States District Court, Southern District of New York, United States Courthouse, 40 Foley Square, New York, 10007. Re. United States v. Ghislaine Maxwell, 20, Crossing 330, AJN. Dear Judge Nathan, USDC Sony document electronically filed Doc 0, date filed, the 12th of December 2021. The parties jointly submit this letter in response to the court's November 24, 2020 order, directing the parties to meet and confer regarding the defendant's request that the warden of the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, report directly to the court and counsel on the defendant's conditions of detention. DKT, number 76. Over the past week, the government has spoken with MDC legal counsel regarding the defendant's conditions of confinement and has tried to gather additional information regarding the concerns raised by the defendant, which the government has shared with defense counsel. The government has also conferred with defense counsel 3 times regarding the same, as well as the defense's request relating to MDC warden Heriberto Tellez. The parties have been unable to reach agreement. Our respective positions follow. The government respectfully submits that the court should allow MDC legal counsel to respond directly in writing to the court and defense counsel regarding the concerns defense counsel has raised relating to the defendant's conditions of confinement. The government understands that MDC legal counsel is prepared to submit a letter by this Friday, December 4, 2020. Such a letter is the appropriate next step at this time, as it will allow the court to hear directly from MDC legal counsel who can address the defendant's conditions of confinement. The letter will allow the court to ascertain whether further inquiry, including a personal appearance by the warden or other MDC personnel, is necessary. Moreover, the government does not understand the concerns raised by the defense to implicate the defendant's access to legal materials or her ability to communicate with her counsel. As noted in the government's letter dated November 23, 2020, the defendant continues to have more time to review her discovery than any other inmate at the MDC. The defendant also has as much, if not more time, as any other MDC inmate to communicate with her attorneys. DKT, number 74. The defense disagrees. As communicated to the government, the defense's position is as follows. Warden Heriberto Tellez should appear before the court to directly address concerns regarding Ms. Maxwell's conditions of confinement, which specifically target her. On October 29, 2020, the defense emailed a letter to Warden Tellez detailing the onerous and restrictive conditions, including, but not limited to, concerns regarding the supplemental camera, excessive. Odin, EFTA 00010196. Case 120 CR00330 AJN Document 78, filed the 2nd of December 20, page 2 of 2. Searching EG weekly body scan, 15-minute interval flashlight checks at night, and open-mouth inspection. Despite being surveilled 24/7 by a dedicated 3-guard security detail and 2 cameras. And the reason she is not being moved to the day room, which we understood was the original plan and would reduce searching. Receipt of the letter was acknowledged, but to date there has been no response and little, if any, redress to the most serious conditions. Upon information and belief, decisions concerning Ms. Maxwell's specialized detention are made by Warden Tellez, or from others outside the MDC. A report from the MDC Legal Department would provide second-hand information. Accordingly, Warden Tellez should be directed to provide a first-hand accounting to the court and counsel why Ms. Maxwell is being detained under such individualized conditions. Your consideration is greatly appreciated. Respectfully submitted, Audrey Strauss, Acting United States Attorney. By Redacted. Assistant United States Attorneys, Southern District of New York. Telephone, Redacted. CC. All counsel of record, by ECF MDC Legal Counsel, shall submit their letter to the court by December 4, 2020. Upon review of that letter, the court will determine whether any additional information is required, either orally or in writing. So ordered. The 2nd of December 2020. So ordered. Allison J. Nathan, USDJ Odin, EFTA 00010197. 2. Redacted. Sent. The 3rd of December 2025, 24 p.m. Hi all. Today our office is sending via FedEx a replacement drive for Ghislaine Maxwell, which should arrive at the MDC tomorrow. This drive will replace the drive that Maxwell recently dropped and broke, and the accompanying cover letters are attached. Would you please make sure Maxwell is given access to this drive? Would you please mail the broken drive back to our office? It can be mailed to the below address, Paralegal Specialist, U.S. Attorney's Office, SDNY, New York, New York, 10007. Thanks very much, as always, for your help. Best. Redacted. Assistant United States Attorney, Southern District of New York. Original message. From Redacted. Sent. Friday, December 4th, 2027, 41 a.m. 2. Redacted. CC. Redacted. Subject. New drive for Maxwell. Not a problem. Best. Redacted. From Redacted. 2. Redacted. CC. Redacted. Subject. New drive for Maxwell. Date. Friday the 4th of December, 2020, 14 hours, 39 minutes, and 49 seconds p.m. Thank you very much. From Bobby Circa, STERNHEIM. 2. Bro Legal Visit S. H.L. Fernando Paris. CC. Bureau Exec Assistant, less-than-ibop.gov. Subject. Urgent request. Ghislaine Maxwell 02-879509. Date. Friday the 20th of November, 2020, 19 hours, 36 minutes, and 44 seconds p.m. My client, Ghislaine Maxwell 02-879509, has been placed in quarantine due to contact with a corrections officer who became infected with COVID. I have not received notification that my scheduled legal visits for tomorrow 11/21 and next Saturday 11/28 from 12:30 p.m. to 3 p.m., but I assume they are canceled. In lieu of the legal visits, I am requesting legal calls for tomorrow and next Saturday from 12:30 to 3 p.m. There are time-sensitive matters to be discussed. Thank you. Bobby. Bobby Circa, STERNHEIM, ESQ. Law Offices of Bobby C. Stemheim, Maine. Redacted. Cell. Redacted. Fax. Redacted. COVID-19. Notice. The Vest 19th Street office is currently closed, but we continue to work remotely. Please use Entail or fax, instead of regular mail, for all correspondence during this time. We continue to work regular business hours throughout this situation. Thank you for your consideration. Our best wishes for your good health and well-being. This message and any attached documents contain information from the law offices of Bobby C. Stemheim that may be confidential and/or privileged. If you are not the intended recipient, you may not read, copy, distribute, or use this information. If you have received this transmission in error, please notify the sender immediately by reply email, and then delete this message. Thank you. On November 17, 2020, at 9:27 a.m., BRO Legal Visit S. You are scheduled as follows. Archip.gov wrote, November 21, 2020, 12:30 p.m. to 3 p.m., November 28, 2020, 12:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Asia. Bobby Circus Sternheim. Good afternoon. I am counsel for Ghislaine Maxwell 02-879-509. I am requesting a legal visit for Saturday 11/21 at 12:30 to 3 o'clock, and Saturday 11/29 12:30 to 3 o'clock. I possess a NYS Secure Pass. Please contact me with any questions. Thank you. Bobby Circa, Sternheim, ESQ. Law Offices of Bobby C. Sternheim. November 14, 2026, 09 p.m. This message and any attached documents contain information from the law offices of Bobby C. Sternheim that may be confidential and/or privileged. If you are not the intended recipient, you may not read, copy, distribute, or use this information. If you have received this transmission in error, please notify the sender immediately by reply email and then delete this message. Thank you. Odin. EFTA 00010187 and EFTA 00010188. From Redacted to USANYS. Almium Redacted. Subject. Travel request. Date. Sunday the 14th of November, 2021, 21 hours, 2 minutes and 48 seconds p.m. Attachments. Fact _, witness _travel _ requesty trial.docx. Hi Redacted. Attached is a travel request for a trial witness. He's one of the EO we discussed on Free. He requested, if possible, that he stay on a higher floor of a hotel, since he's a trial witness and may need to remotely while he's here. Thanks. Assistant United States Attorney, Southern District of New York, 1 St. Andrews Plaza, New York, 10007. Odin. EFTA 00010220. From Bobby Circa. Sternheim. 2. Redacted. CC. Christian Everdell. Laura Menninger. Jeff Pagliuca. Subject. External U.S. versus Maxwell S220, Crossing 330, AJN. Date. Monday the 15th of November, 2021, 22 hours, 30 minutes, and 51 seconds p.m. Attachments. Late _receipt _ government _disclosures _PDF. Courtesy copy of today's ECF fling. Please note my new office address and preferred email address. Bobby Circa, Sternheim, ESQ. Law Offices of Bobby C. Sternheim. This message and any attached documents contain information from the law offices of Bobby C. Sternheim that may be confidential and/or privileged. If you are not the intended recipient, you may not read, copy, distribute, or use this information. If you have received this transmission in error, please notify the sender immediately by reply email and then delete this message. Thank you. On November 3, 2021, at 4:08 p.m., Bobby Circa Sternheim wrote, courtesy copy of this afternoon's ECF filing, bail application 11-321.pdf. Please note my new office address and preferred email address. Bobby Circa, Sternheim, ESQ. Law Offices of Bobby C. Sternheim. This message and any attached documents contain information from the law offices of Bobby C. Sternheim that may be confidential and/or privileged. If you are not the intended recipient, you may not read, copy, distribute, or use this information. If you have received this transmission in error, please notify the sender immediately by reply email and then delete this message. Thank you. On November 3, 2021, at 12:48 p.m., Bobby Circa Sternheim wrote, courtesy copy of today's ECF filing. Disclosure of juror names to counsel only upon completion of questionnaire.pdf. Please note my new office address and preferred email address. Bobby Circa, Sternheim, ESQ. Law Offices of Bobby C. Sternheim. This message and any attached documents contain information from the law offices of Bobby C. Sternheim that may be confidential and/or privileged. If you are not the intended recipient, you may not read, copy, distribute, or use this information. If you have received this transmission in error, please notify the sender immediately by reply email and then delete this message. Thank you. Odin, EFTA 00010155 and EFTA 00010156. U.S. Department of Justice, United States Attorney, Southern District of New York. The Silo J. Mallow Building, 1 St. Andrews Plaza, New York, New York, 10007. November 11, 2021. By electronic mail. Christian Everdell, Esquire. Mark Cohen, Esquire. Cohen and Gresser, LLP. Laura Menninger, Esquire. Jeffrey Pagliuca, Esquire. Haddon, Morgan and Foreman, P.C. Bobby Stemheim, Esquire. Law Offices of Bobby C. Stemheim. Re. United States v. Ghislaine Maxwell, 20 Crossing 330, MN. Dear Counsel, today we are producing the materials listed in the below index. These materials are stamped with control numbers SDNY_GM_02771-981 through SDNY_GM_02771-983. Please note that both this letter and the enclosed materials are governed by the July 31, 2020 protective order in this case. This letter is itself designated as confidential because it includes information regarding records designated as confidential under the protective order. The Department of Justice directed this office to cease the dissemination of materials marked with the word confidential in order to avoid potential confusion with markings reserved for classified documents. Accordingly, in order to note the appropriate designation of this production under the operative protective order in this case, the materials being produced today are marked with the following label: subject to protective order, paragraph 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, and 17. This marking directly refers to the specific paragraphs of the protective order that govern today's production. An index of the materials contained in this production is below. Page 2. Bates Start Bates End Summary Description. Confidential designation, SDNY-GMO 2771981, SDNY-GMO 2771983. Amazon Records. Although the government believes that all of these materials are also located in the Florida FBI file and were previously produced to you from that file in the fall of 2020, out of an abundance of caution, the government is producing these records to you in the form in which they were stored in the files maintained by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida. The government recognizes that its discovery obligations are ongoing and will promptly produce any additional discoverable material of which it becomes aware. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any difficulty accessing these materials. Very truly yours, United States Attorney by United States Attorneys. Odin, EFTA 00010180. And EFTA 00010181. November 12, 2021 M. Redacted. VTC Prep. AUSA Redacted. Attorney Redacted. Prepared for trial testimony. Was shown following GX and confirmed recognized. GX 113 VR. GX 114 VR. GX 112 JE. GX 327 Redacted. GX 110, recognizes, believes redacted. GX 12, full name. Redacted different/clarifying statements below. In or around 1998, M, redacted, believes JE started going to USVI most weekends. E, redacted, recalls that pilots had beepers earlier on to notify of flights, then had cell phones later on. Odin, EFTA 00010216. If you have enjoyed this video and the time it takes me, review these documents, and then bring them to you. Then please like this video, share it, and leave your comments in the comment section. Please share this so as many people as possible can hear these messages, and hopefully these articles can finally be heard. As always, I will see you next time. Stay safe, stay alert, and stay suspicious.